This video, as you can see from the title, is going to be um, me talking, just talking and talking and talking and talking to you about my little journey learning Korean and just in discovering what I wanted to do in general. Because on my latest video, quite a few people said they enjoy my voice and hear me talk. So I thought in this video, I will just talk to you guys, and so all you're hearing is my voice. And I need to try and work on my eye contact, because I'm very bad at looking at the camera. And I notice it in every video that I record, that I stare at the that screen, the little box, to make sure that I'm in the frame and stuff, as opposed to looking at the camera itself. So I guess that's just me being a little bit shy. So yeah, I get to work on that today. So I will mix between soft spoken and whispering. I prefer doing soft spoken as opposed to whispering, but I will try and include a mixture of both for you guys. And my glasses are very dirty. I realized I should have wiped them before I put them on. But yeah, so let's go. It's very, very, very hot today, so that's why I'm in this vest top, and it's just, I feel so messy and gross. My hair's in a little bun, and it's all curly and weird. But yeah, so where do I start? Let's start from the beginning, because I actually started, this isn't me learning Korean, this is my interest in, just how I became interested in what I'm interested in now. So, dating back probably when I was I'm gonna say 14, 15, I studied textiles at my school, and textiles is fabric making, dresses, clothes, and working with sewing machines, and I really love doing that. And it's not a surprise, seeing as I'm a cosplayer, but yeah. So I started off, I had this project, and it was to create a bag. I had to create a bag, and I got to choose what theme my bag was made around, and I chose to do it around the Lunar New Year, around just Chinese dragons and lanterns and all of that sort of stuff. And that was my theme. I chose to do a Chinese theme, and it meant that I got to research all these Japanese and Chinese things, and I just got to dive into all this Asian culture, and it was super fun. And I didn't really stick into it as much as I could have, because I was actually quite scared to look at this sort of stuff. Sounds silly, but I was actually very nervous to find out about Eastern culture, because there's so much to it, and I was scared that I might not learn it correctly, or I might learn some information misinformed on something and not understand it correctly, and then I didn't want to insult somebody that was Asian. Say for example, I learned something about Japanese culture, and turns out that I actually was wrong and it's not what I thought it was. I don't want to be offensive to anyone. So I was always reluctant to try and study something like that because I didn't want to offend anyone. And also, at the time, I thought that having an interest in somebody else's culture was kind of strange, and that people were gonna look down on me for being interested in something that's not my own country. Even though people studied like French and German at school, and they would go to Germany for exchange students and stuff, and that was fine. But in my head, me being interested in like Eastern culture was kind of weird. So I didn't. 15-year-old me didn't want to get interested and invested in learning that sort of stuff. Anyway, jumping forward like maybe a few years, I started watching anime and a lot of anime, and I watched. This is the exact story actually to how I discovered K-pop. It's kind of weird, just warning you. But basically, I was watching Attack on Titan. No, it wasn't Attack on Titan, sorry. It was Danganronpa. Danganronpa anime. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's a really good anime. It's like a killing game. It's super cool and a lot of death, and it's really awesome. Anyway, so I love this anime a lot, and I often searched like on Instagram's kind of explore page. I had a lot of anime related posts. I don't know. I mean, everything on my explore now is just K-pop. But yeah, when I first sort of was on Instagram before then, I would just be anime. And so I came across this like fan-made music video. Like a lot of people do it. A lot of people make fan-made edits of their favorite characters from animes and highlight reels of this character or something like that. It's kind of cool. Some of them a bit bad, but some of them really cool, and they'll fit songs that really suit the character, and you're like, oh my god, this is so cool. But yeah, so I found this edited music video on Instagram of Nagito from Danganronpa. Nagito is quite a badass. He's actually super cool, and I like anime boys, I'm not gonna lie, and he was kind of my anime crush for a little while. And so I was like, he's really cool. He's quite attractive for an anime boy. And so this video was really awesome. Anyway, the music video that it was BTS Fire. At the time, I didn't know what this song was, but I was like, this music video is so awesome. Why is this music video so awesome? And it just fit perfectly, and it's because the BTS song really fit the character. So after watching this music video many times, I was like, you know what? I want to know what this song is. So I went onto Google, and the only word that I knew, because obviously it's Korean, I didn't know even what Korean language really was at the time. So I just googled the word fire. I wrote really long, like literally like somebody shouting it, like F-I-I-I-R-E song. And I don't know how, but it actually came up. And I think I actually typed in I wrote the word 부터네. Oh, I can't pronounce it. I don't actually know how to say the word 부터네, something like that, for fire, or burn it up. And I think I wrote that in what I thought it said, and that's how I sort of came up with the combination of the two words. But anyway, I can't believe it came up, and then I found this song, and I watched this music video of BTS, Fire, and I was like, this is amazing. What? Like, I was so mesmerized. I was like, that was so epic. Like, everything about this music video was epic. The coloring, the set, the song itself, the fire, the effects, and the personalities, the life that was brought from the video for the band. And at the time, I was like, who are these guys? Why are they so cool? And I was like obsessed already. Like straight away, I was like, oh my god. So, and also because it had the connotations with the character that I really liked, I said I was more interested anyway. So yeah, and the first thing I remember really being captured about that video was the scene where Taehyung is sitting in the swimming pool playing on the console, and he's just like sitting there and he's going whoa and playing with the game, and he's got his pink hair, or he's like peachy hair, and he's wearing the denim jacket, the like denim with white splotches on it, and oh my goodness, I fell in love with him so much. I was like, this guy looks amazing, he looks magical, he doesn't look human. Like, he looked like something out of a real life anime character. He really looked so unique to me. Totally ignoring the fact that Namjoon had like the most crazy hair in that music video. But yeah, I oh my goodness, I really like Taehyung. And so I looked for the comments, and then they said about which character's which, or which person's which, and like I said, like BJ been on it, and I was like, oh, that's so awesome. And then I kind of just got hooked into BTS straight away from then. V was my bias when I first started to like the band. Yeah, I kind of just stuck with them after that. I really liked them, and I listened to all of their music. I bought all of their albums, and this was in 2016. So yeah, that's that. In 2016, summer 2016, I found BTS, and it was amazing. I actually went on holiday like a couple of weeks after I discovered BTS, and I purchased all their albums. So all I did over the holiday was listen to BTS. And I'm a little bit nervous, I guess, to tell that as a story, because it means that the way I sort of got into Korean culture is through K-pop, and so many people have negative opinions on people that like Korean because of K-pop, and I don't really understand why it's a negative thing. I don't think that somebody enjoying something that belongs to another culture is bad unless they're obsessed in a creepy and inappropriate way. But if the person that's interested in something is interested in it in a good way and in a positive way, and they're doing nothing that negatively impacts the culture, then there's nothing wrong with somebody, I think, discovering like Korean culture through K-pop. And I know that people call you like a Koreaboo, people that are into culture because of that, and it's like, I don't understand. Don't get it. Like, but yeah. So that's kind of how I discovered Korean language to start with. Like, that's where I found it. I found it for K-pop. I really liked BTS music, and the more I listened to their album and just their voices, and I started watching YouTube videos where they're just talking and just conversing and laughing and stuff, and I'd be like, you know what, this language is so pretty. It's summertime, sorry, there's people in gardens doing the gardening. It's very loud, sorry if you can hear it. So yeah, where was I? Yeah, I just listened listen to their voices a lot, and I decided, you know what, this is actually really pretty. It sounds so nice. So then I started to watch K-drama. I watched the show called Doctors. I still haven't finished it because it makes me cry every episode, and it's just too emotionally exhausting. So I still haven't finished it, and I've been watching that show for literally over a year. It's terrible. Oh my goodness, I just remembered what's coming up in the show. One of the really cute characters that kind of reminds me a little bit of Taehyung. He's got like a problem with his brain. He keeps getting like headaches, and he's about to like pass out, I think. And I'm fairly sure it's gonna be like he's got a brain tumor or something, and they're gonna have to like quickly give him an operation or he might die. And I'm just like, no. So I don't want to watch it anymore. So it's probably gonna be like another 6 months before I finish it. But yeah, so that's kind of the things that got me intrigued into Korean language, and then I started to actually learn it. And I started to learn it, I would say, Christmas 2016. I started to learn Korean. I started to learn Hangul, and I started off learning Hangul with my Korean book. I don't have any of my textbooks. Oh, I do. I have them over there. I might go and grab them to show you. But I started off learning Hangul with the Korean textbook. Let me go and grab them. This book is the one that I've used in a couple of my videos, which is the one that I have been studying with for a while. Korean 101. And Korean from Zero. Not Korean 101. Korean 101 is actually a website which you can use to study Korean on. Also, go check that website out because I have used that for some things as well. This book is Korean from Zero, and you can get level 1, level 2, level 3, and I'm not sure if there's a level 4 book or not. And I started off with learning the Hangul from this. As you can see, it has all of the different consonants and vowels, and it doesn't just make you keep writing them up, it also shows you how to write stuff. Like here, it shows you the way that you should be writing all your letters. And I actually made a big board with every consonant along the top and every vowel along the bottom, and I paired them up. So I made every combination of all the consonants and vowels together so that I could learn all the sounds of all the different vowels and consonants together. And thinking about it now, that was an insane thing to do because there was a lot of them. But it was definitely worth it because it really helped me. To understand how the sounds work and what the differences between them are. I learn very well when I write stuff down and when I have a visual thing to remember something by, which is why when I watch videos, I tend to write lots of notes and draw little diagrams and stuff, so I have a visual thing to think about and reference in my head. So yeah, I learned Hangul over Christmas. I learned the basic stuff like hello, goodbye, thank you, yes, no, and I think that was pretty much it. I learned how to introduce myself and and all that, like saying how old I was. But then I applied to university to study Korean language, and I didn't get accepted on the course, and I got really, really upset about it, so I stopped studying Korean for quite a while. And when I say a while, I mean like I spent about 6 months dwelling on it. course was gonna allow me to spend a year abroad in Korea at Seoul University, which is an amazing university, and I really wanted to go there. So I was really gutted that they didn't accept me, and I still don't understand why, because I actually reapplied again this year to the same uni for the same course, and I got denied again. And I was like, why? I don't understand why you decline me, because like I am clearly capable of learning the language. And I was like, alright, whatever, guess I'll just do it on my own. Just guess I'll learn, become fluent in Korean all by myself. So yeah, once I got over my sulking stage, which was probably late last year, so I actually haven't really been studying Korean for anywhere near as long as I should have been, because I only learned just about the basics before I stopped studying. I kind of restarted again autumn time last year, and I also got these textbooks, well, not textbooks, but I got these extra books too. So from the Inspire Me Korea box, loot box that I told you about in my eating video, I got Survival Korean Phrasebook and Dictionary, How to Communicate Without Fuss or Fear Instantly. So this book is actually extremely awesome. I've used this book many times to write stuff down. I have many pages, as you can see, many pages folded that are useful for me, for not as a foreigner, like, because this is all about like visiting the country, things that you might say, conversations that you might have, and stuff like that. Like it tells you how to order food, how to ask for a taxi, how to how to ask about like departures for buses and transport, and just general things that you'll need to know when you are a tourist in another country. So yeah, it's got a lot of sentences in here. It's really, really, really awesome in my personal opinion. So I really, really like this book. And then I also have this little dictionary that I purchased quite a long time ago, and I haven't used it a huge amount, but I have used it quite a few times when there's been words in English that I wanted to know in Korean. And actually, as recently, I didn't really notice how useful the Korean to English side is. Like at the front of it, it's Korean words and their English meanings. So it's alphabetical for Korean. And it's useful when you find a word in Korean and you're like, I don't know what that means. Like, I understand the rest of the sentence, but I don't know what this means and why it's there in the sentence. So you can look it up and you'll be like, oh, okay, so it means to do or something, and that's why the sentence ends like this, blah blah blah. The only thing I would say is dictionary stuff is non-conjugated. It's just it in basic form. So it'll end in da. So if you want to know certain words, you need to make sure that you still conjugate them, because you don't want to write them down just exactly how they are from dictionaries, because sometimes that's not the correct spelling. I'm trying to find an example. But I can't find one right this minute. Oh yeah. Like this word, 흔들리다, 흔들리야, which is flutter. I don't think it'll come up on here. 흔들리야, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. 흔들리다, but that da would need to change to whatever it is, depending on how you're sentencing that word. But yeah, the dictionary is super cool and it's small. These are both really small, so I always take these in my bags with me. So if I'm like traveling somewhere, I will just read these whilst I'm on the bus or in the train or something. And then, yeah, so that's sort of what I was using to study with the majority of the time. And then watching a lot of YouTube, like a lot of YouTube videos. YouTube for me has been very helpful because YouTube doesn't, as much as it has really good official places like Talk to Me in Korean and Korean 101, very good pages, and I recommend that you learn a lot of things from those people because they're real Korean people teaching Korean. There's also a lot of native Korean speakers who just upload videos talking about how you would say this or how you'd say that, and they tend to be better than textbooks because they are saying how it is. They are native people and they're speaking in conversational terms, and as in this is what people actually say, because sometimes I've learned stuff and that's like not really what you would naturally say in a sentence because it doesn't sound as natural and normal as what the native person in the YouTube video has said that they would say or hear. So watching native speakers is a very good way to be sure that you're learning something in the correct way, and also you can really focus on people's accents and pronunciation. I try to mimic accents quite a lot because I think it really helps me personally be able to pronunciate things more accurately, because I don't really like sounding like an English person trying to speak another language but sounding really English with it, because I don't think it's as convincing. It's the same as if you were gonna speak French, you want to have that sort of French fluff that, you know, French people have with their accent, because it's gonna help you pronounce those little things that are slightly different than the English sound of certain words. Some people find that kind of racist. Sometimes they're like, oh, you're just trying to sound Asian, or you're trying to sound, you know, like a real French person or whatever. But it's no different to like when a person of another country learns English, because they tend to learn English with an American accent, and that's because a lot of people that they study English from are American people. There's a lot of American YouTubers out there and a lot of people that are American that teach English online, so naturally they're gonna learn the pronunciation of American. So yeah, that's kind of how I've been studying and my journey thus far. Most recently, I invested in these two books from Talk to Me in Korean. Talk to Me in Korean is my favorite people to learn Korean from. They're very, very good, and they explain stuff so accurately, and I love it. So I got this book, which is Talk to Me in Korean Level 1. And it is basically pretty much like my Korean from zero, but in my personal opinion, this is a lot more relaxed. It's a lot less detailed, but it's detailed in the right meanings. Like that one kind of has a lot of segregated, irrelevant things in the same section, whereas this is like, here's the point, here's some examples, let's move on to the next thing. Here's another point, here's some examples, move on to the next thing, which is really nice because it's like bite-sized chunks. For example, I'm just reading for it at the moment really because I already learned all of this stuff, but it'll be a lesson, it'll have the main words for the lesson, and then it'll give you information about the words and some rules about the words, and then it'll follow up on the next page with examples of the conversation and how you would use the word in like does have exercises too. And the really good thing about these guys is that they have exercises which are also listening ones. So you can go onto their website, find the lesson, and also do listening exercises. So it'll be like, do you hear bal or bal, or do you hear a b or a p sound, or do you hear g or g? Like when they do pronunciations of words. I think it's really helpful. And then my favorite book that I've recently gotten is this one. Ta-da! It's called Hanguma Master or Hangul Master in English. I hate Korean words that are just English words, but loan words. I think they're called loan words. Basically, sometimes in other languages they don't have words that we have in our language. So what they do is they loan the word. So how it sounds in English, they will recreate it using their own sounds that are similar to English sounds. And it's awful because it means that you're reading the same word, like the word camera, but it'll be like camera. Or the word cake becomes cake, or the word bus becomes basu, because in Korean you need to have a consonant and vowel together. You can't just have a consonant on its own. So certain things have to sound different than what they would in English because of the consonant vowel pairing, and it just makes things sound strange. You would say something and you're like, I feel like I should be saying it like this, but I'm not. So an example of that is like the master, which is like masuda. I don't know if you actually pronounce it as masuda or if you pronounce it like master, but master doesn't sound like masuda. But anyway, this is all about handwriting, because I really wanted to be able to read handwriting, because as you guys know, I'm going to uni in October, and when I go to uni, it's to learn how to teach English as a foreign language. And I plan to teach English around Korea, around Japan. So I'm trying to learn. I'm going to be learning Japanese in October, so get excited for that, because I might try and feature a couple of Japanesey videos where I learn some stuff, maybe some Japanese trigger words. But I already can hear all the people saying your pronunciation sucks. Weeaboo. It's people that, there's this weird stigma about people learning foreign languages and stuff. I don't know, it's weird. But anyway, I'm not going to be phased. I'm not going to care. I also don't think I'm going to be very good at Japanese. I think Japanese is one of those languages that sounds like it's a lot easier to speak than it actually is. And the amount of times I've heard foreign people speak in Japanese, and to me, I'm like, yeah, they sound really good, really convincing. And then people in the comments section are like, they're terrible, they're not good, they don't know how to speak Japanese, I can't understand a word they're saying. And I'm just like, that's gonna be me. But I'm only really learning it for fun. I think once I finish my degree, the first year that I go and teach, I'm going to teach in Japan, just to get the whole experience, and then move to Korea, because I want to live in Korea, like permanently. So when I go out there to live or to teach, I'm going to be teaching out there permanently, which is why I'm trying to get a really good head start. I've got years and years to practice Korean. I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm slow, taking my time, but I think that that's good for me. But yeah, I really wanted to be able to understand handwritten Korean, so that when I do teach, I can read my students' work better, especially if they are writing stuff in Korean down. I just think it will make me like a better teacher. So it's stuff like this. Like this textbook basically teaches you a lot of things, and then it's just page after page like this. Just examples of words and different handwriting that people use to write those words. I'll show you guys some of my recreations of handwriting because I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I've been practicing handwriting for a little while now, and I think my handwriting's getting better, I think. So this is one of them, and then another one. I can't see if I'm in the screen or not. I circled the ones I liked the most, like my favorite recreation of the words, like the ones I think I wrote the nicest. This one. I really liked Sakwa. I really liked my handwriting for the word Sakwa. As you can see, Sakwa. I think it looks quite nice. And then stocking. The word for stocking, I really like the word there. Never gonna write it, but I really like that you can join up the E with the ng sound like this. You can just draw a line, a circle, and just like that. I really like that. I think it's super nice. So yeah, I'm just practicing different ways of writing letters that I quite like. Like to start with, I would never have been able to read this. This one for me is quite challenging at first. When I looked at it, I was like, whoa. It just looks like a bunch of squiggles. But I actually quite like it. It looks very artistic. So yeah, it's kind of where I'm at the moment. And yeah, I really enjoy it. I super love learning Korean language. It's a very pretty language, it's very unique, and it's very interesting. I still struggle to understand the subject-object verb difference thing, like the ordering of sentences. I need to work on understanding grammar in that sense. But at the moment, I'm just trying to learn how to read better, how to write nicer. Because if I can do those things, then when it comes to learning new words, I'll be able to take them in a lot easier. And when it comes to writing notes and writing my own sentences, I'll be able to write them with much more ease. And I think that's gonna really help me actually take in the information that I'm learning a lot better. Because I think if you try to learn too many sentences and words when you can't really read them very well, then you don't take them in as well, because you're struggling to know how to read that word and how it sounds, so you don't really learn it properly, sort of thing, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I feel like this video is a lot longer than I ever planned it to be. I thought it was going to be like 20 minutes, and it's been like 40. I'm sorry. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this little video where I just talk about my journey, and I hope maybe I was a little bit helpful for anyone that's also thinking of learning Korean language themselves. And yeah, so it's very vocal around my town. It's summertime, everyone's loud, so it's very difficult to film a video. Also, my brother's broke up for his 6 weeks holiday, so he's at home all the time, so I don't know how frequently I'm gonna be able to make videos. So apologies. But yeah, if you guys want to see more of my content, I'm gonna try and stream more often whilst my brother's around, because I can't be quiet. So check out my Twitch, which I'll link down below. And if you want to support my content creation, help me be able to afford new equipment, which I'm hoping to invest in November, December time. For Christmas, I want to have new microphones. I want to have the two ones each side so that I can do a lot better roleplay videos. Then you can support me on my Patreon, which I'll also link down below. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna try and work on making an introduction to myself video in Korean. It's gonna be very basic and very short